Good morning, YouTube. This is Keith Explosion. Today we are going to unbox the classic NES. Alright, let's get this show on the road. I got this yesterday, the day of its launch, November 11th. This bad boy is hard to get. Where I live, it's kind of a peninsula. Two main cities, Port Angeles and Sequim. Between the two cities, only about 24 of them, to my knowledge, hit the peninsula. There were 6 at each Walmart, 1 in PA and 1 in Sequim. And then the store I work at, which I can't say, got about 12 of them, of which I bought 1. I wanted to buy about 3 of them, but I didn't want to be a douchebag and do that. So I just got 1 for now, just so I had one and I could do a video on it and play the games and all that good stuff. When they go into mass production, I will definitely buy more, but yeah, got 1 for now. So held on to this thing till this morning. I just essentially got up, and I wanted to open it real bad last night, but I didn't want to film it because I was tired because I just got work. So let's do this. Box is pretty cool. Give you kind of a shot of it here. It's pretty small, the size of my hand. On the back it shows the games. Looks kind of like the original NES boxes. I got one back in like 86, 87, 86. Let's see here. Oh, around the lip it says, "Now you're playing with power," which is the old Nintendo slogan. Any of you guys that were kids in the 80s remember that. Okay, so let's see here. Alright, I'm going to pull this out. It's kind of probably a bad angle. Alright, we got it all packed in here. It's got looks like a poster probably and some information packed in there, pretty teeny. Looks like one side here we got our controller. There's some other cords and stuff in here for the power. Here, let's get the NES out. That's what we really want to see. Alright, so this thing is, I knew it was small, but this thing is teenier than I thought it was going to be. Look how small that freaking thing is. I mean, I got average sized hand. I mean, that thing's about the size of a sandwich. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so standard on the back, it's got HDMI out, and then it's got the, looks like a micro ATX for the power, which is crazy. Standard power and reset button on the front. These right here are actually the same imports for the controller, are the same ones for the Wii remotes, the Wiimotes. So if you have a classic controller for your Wii, you don't really need to buy a second controller for this because they will work, from my understanding. I would assume that the controller, let's get that out. I would assume that that is, you know, works on the Wii. So if you have any Nintendo games, you know, that you downloaded online onto your Wii, this will probably work for them. Alright. So this is identical, essentially, to an original Nintendo controller, except for obviously the other end. Let's see, this is my original Nintendo controller from 1986, and we're gonna do a little comparison here. I mean, the buttons I changed on it, so they're obviously not the right color that they would have been originally. I would say that the original is like a butt hair bigger. I'm talking like a millimeter. It looks like it's a bit taller. And length seems to be the same. Button layout and the face of it are these guys are identical. The back is pretty damn similar as well, if not identical. I'd say, you know, dimension wise it's pretty much the same. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but you never know. It is like 30 years later. So okay, so here we go. We got it hooked up. Did not take long, a couple seconds. I have a HDMI selector that I just basically plugged the HDMI into. Like I said, the power supply is micro ATX, which is what pretty much every phone uses, and all the controllers like for the PS4 and Xbox One use. So I just basically ran the ATX cable off of my Xbox One into it to power it. So basically we got it on. We're at some sort of start screen where we're going to basically pick the language. So English, obviously. Okay, so here's basically how it goes. We got all the different games. There's 30 games installed into this thing, and unlike most things like this, because they've made lots of different deals like this, not Nintendo per se, but Atari's done it, Namco, where they build these controllers or boxes or whatever that you can hook to your TV, and then, you know, you have 10, 20, 30, 40 games on there that you can pick from. Usually there's 3 or 4 decent ones, and then the rest are just filler. So you're buying it for 1 or 2 games, maybe 3 or 4 on the high end. I mean, I had an Atari controller, I think, that had maybe 1 game on it that I wanted to play, so I bought the whole stupid thing. This has 30 titles, and they are all solid titles. I mean, Metroid, all the Super Mario Brothers, both Zeldas, both Castlevanias, Ninja Gaiden. Probably the weakest title on here is Tecmo Bowl, which, you know, for some people that was a huge game. I just not really into football games, so. Donkey Kong, Double Dragon 2, Excite Bike, you know, the classics. So I don't know if, I'm hoping that this does not have some sort of security or DRM coming out of the HDMI, and I will be able to capture it. If it does, my capture card will not allow me to capture it. So that's kind of a big reason why I got this, was so that I could capture a lot of the classic stuff without having to have 5 million cords. The old systems, obviously I got the games. They're always behind me in my videos. They do not look right on normal TVs or flat screens, or definitely not monitors. You have to run an old tube TV for them to look right. Now you can make them look right and capture them even. So our phone's going off. But it requires hundreds of dollars of scalers and, you know, to change the signal, and then you got to split the audio multiple times. It just doesn't work out. This right here, at least for these games, could be amazing because it's a $60 contraption that I can, you know, capture multiple of these games. I guess it's doing a little screensaver screen here. So I'm hoping I can. You'll know if I can because I'll instantly start doing videos on these games. First things to note here, or things to note here that I noticed out of the box. I mean, one, like I said, it's super easy to hook up. It's just an HDMI, then micro ATX for the power. Now I ran a cord off of my Xbox, which is already up here, but you could run a cord off of your PC, or, you know, you're probably going to end up using a different cord because the power cord for it is short. I'd say it's probably in about the 3-foot range. So if you're trying to run it behind a TV through an entertainment center, or you know, at a computer desk or something like I got set up here, you're gonna have issues because the length on that is not long. That said, those cords are super common and you can get them in pretty much any freaking length. Probably most notable, this controller cord is short as hell. I would say it's probably about 2 feet, maybe 2.5, which for my purposes is perfect. I got way too many cords up here already, and this fits perfect. It's the perfect length for me to play at my computer. Now that said, if I was playing this bad boy in the living room or something like that, there's no freaking way this is going to make it anywhere near the couch. Like, you would have to sit literally with your face this far in front of the TV. I know that they are making extenders, or already have. I just haven't seen any yet in the stores. But I know it's a known thing and that they are making extenders. So hopefully we'll see those soon, because yeah, this is friggin' ridiculous. I mean, for most people, you know, this isn't gonna work. They're gonna need longer cords. I mean, the cords on the original Nintendo were like 7 feet, 6 feet, maybe even 8 feet long. Why? So, anyways, this is pretty rad. I can't wait to play with it and check it out, see how it works. I definitely recommend picking up one when they finally become available. Right now there's a craze on them. You can't find them anywhere. We have no idea when more are coming out. The only thing I was even able to kind of find online was, you know, someone was saying March. I doubt that's official, and I know that Nintendo knows that they messed up. Why they thought, you know, they could have sent us 100 of them and we would have sold them out that day. They sent us 12. So big mistake there. Whoever made that decision, I'm sure, is getting canned today or tomorrow or yesterday because they lost so much money on this. It's unreal. I mean, they literally could have sold thousands of them, you know, in just our area. I had 500 trillion calls. You know, every call that came in that day was asking about it and whether we had them or not. So yeah, they will definitely make more, I guarantee it. Just when is kind of the question. So you'll be able to pick one up. They're $60. The extra controllers are $10. The extensions, I have no idea what they're going to charge for them. I would assume it's going to be under $10. How long they are, also no idea. I haven't seen one yet, so we'll have to wait on that. But yeah, awesome thing. Hey, Keith Explosion here. If you like that video, click on the button below to subscribe, or on the videos on the left or right to see more.